What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And if you didn't know, this channel is all about money, things like business lines of credit, credit cards, credit unions, banks, stock market, real estate, side hustles, etc. So, with no further ado, let's get into talking about some money. The PNC small business line of credit, up to $100,000, no collateral. Now, I'm seeing this talked about as no documents required, and that's not really true. It is a stated income loan. It's a stated income line of credit, but it has layers to it. PNC is quite a conservative bank. It's a good bank, but it's quite a conservative bank. I have experience with them. I have PNC Business Checking, and I also have PNC Business Credit. So let's jump into all of the nuts and bolts of the PNC small business line of credit up to 100K. I want you to be fully prepared and informed if you're going to go and apply for this line of credit. So we got the PNC business line of credit for up to $100,000, no collateral required. That's great. Let's start looking at the nuts and bolts. It's a simplified loan application. Normally within a few business days, but I've heard it take longer. There's no collateral required and it's easy funds access. The minimum that you can apply for here is $20,000. The maximum is $100,000. I recommend that you apply for the max of $100,000. And the reason is because they're going to give you some type of counter if they can't fulfill that need because it doesn't meet their underwriting guidelines. So just apply for the max and then accept whatever they offer. It's not going to be less than 20, but it'll be somewhere between 20 and 100,000 if you're approved. So you do have access to write checks that you can deposit into your account or transfer funds into a PNC account. I also recommend that you establish the relationship with PNC by opening a business checking account if you're going to apply for this product, because it does give you some preferential treatment, also known as data points, with that particular financial institution. The payments are going to be in the amount of 1.5% of the balance, or a minimum of $100, depending on how much you're using. There's no collateral required. Interest rates are going to be variable based on the prime rate. I would say anywhere from about 14% to as high as maybe 19% or so, depending on your credit worthiness. And there is an annual fee with this line of credit. It is $175 is the annual fee. Now, how are you going to apply? You're going to apply by either by phone. You can call the 800 number, or you can also apply at a branch. I like to apply at a branch, but a branch may not be available in your area. If it isn't, applying by phone is an option. So what you can also expect is to have any available loan promotion offer code, if you have one, have that with you. These are some of the other things that you're going to need. Know the dollar amount and the type of loan. So you're looking at the small business loan, no collateral, up to $100,000. So I suggest applying for $100,000. You also need to have your business name and address, the type of business organization, and when you establish it, your business tax ID. So your EIN number, annual sales, number of employees. In other words, you need to have all your personal information as well as everything about your business that they could possibly ask for. Now, you are going to be underwritten. Just because this is stated income, this is not a situation where they're not going to look at your history and just going to fork you over a bag for $40, $50, $60, $70,000. You're going to be underwritten, and you need to be prepared for that. PNC typically pulls from Experian. So you need to know that they pull from Experian's credit report on your personal side. And I recommend you having somewhere close to a 700 credit score on your Experian, at least 680, but preferably 700 or above. So they're going to go through a full lending overview, and they're going to look at some guidelines that they have in place internally to determine whether or not you should be given a line of credit. And here's some of their evaluation criteria. They're going to look at the personal credit history that you have. They're also going to look at your business credit history through Equifax Commercial Credit Report. So they're going to be looking for things like unsatisfied tax liens, evidence of bankruptcy, judgments, lawsuits. Basically, they don't like negatives. They don't like negatives, and they don't like lots of inquiries. So make sure that you don't have a lot of inquiries leading up to you applying, and you want to be pretty scrubbed clean of any negatives. So they don't want to see defaults on open accounts or even closed accounts for that matter. Just giving you a heads up. They're also going to look at how long you've been in business, what your company's financial trends are as far as the revenue. Has your revenue been going up lately? Has it been staying stabilized, or has it been going down? They're going to look at your business debt service coverage as well as your debt to income ratio. They're also going to look and see how leveraged you are. Are you is your utilization of credit that you currently have too high, or is it low enough to where it meets their criteria? They're going to look at your payment history with PNC if you have had a PNC account in the past, or if you currently have a PNC account. They're going to look at your checking history to make sure, they're going to check you out with check systems, make sure that you haven't passed bad checks, had overdraft bounces, anything like that. This is very important. They're going to look at the industry type you are in. Some industry types give lenders a bit of a mild heart attack, so to speak. So we're talking things like credit repair, real estate investment companies. Those are always two that give lenders a little bit of the jitters when it comes to approving loans for people. They're going to ask you for your net worth. So you're just going to basically put down all of the assets that you have, to establish your net worth. Now, although this is a stated income or no collateral required product, if you do certain things, or if there's things in your profile that triggers some of their underwriting guidelines, they can request documents, guys. Don't think that they can't. They can request documents. They can request tax returns. They can request, anything that they want before they actually say yes. So just make sure that you have everything in order prior to applying. Now, the closing process is actually very easy. So let's say that you do apply and you get approved for, say, $30,000. They will allow you to either go into the branch to close it, or you can close it in the online portal. So that may be very beneficial for someone and convenient that does not live close to a branch, so you don't have to drive a long way just to go and sign the paperwork to get access to your money. Another thing I thought I'd mention is they cap how much they're going to offer. And what I've been hearing is that it's 10%. So if you say that you have $500,000 of gross revenue annually, the most that they would approve you for likely is $50,000, which is 10%. But I still recommend applying for the full $100,000. So those are just some things I want to open your eyes to. PNC is a really good financial institution. They got some good products, but they are conservative, and you need to know what some of their guidelines are. Another caveat is they have several business banking credit cards as well. So if you go and open the business checking account to establish that relationship with them, you could also apply for the business credit card, which they have a few different business credit cards. I won't go into them in this video, but you could apply for the business credit card and the small business line of credit, same day, same hard pull. So that's just a little caveat I want to throw in there, that you can multi-layer your products as far as when you're applying same day. So there's some things to kind of give you some enlightenment about the PNC small business line of credit up to $100,000. Yes, it is stated income, but they can actually ask you to prove it. They always can. There's things that supersede these promotions or these specials. So take that information as you will, go out there and apply, get the money, and then use it to invest to make money. So that's all I got on this one, guys. YouTube thinks that maybe this is the next video that you ought to check out. So go ahead and check out that next video. But until I come back with my next video, guys, for right now, I'm 100% gone.